All right, I think we can start the kickoff. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Ryan Leary from refinements. Thank you all for coming out today. We've got a great session, a very fast session, just 30 minutes, but power-packed, a lot of good information. We're going to cover Google custom search engines. But before we get started, we do have a lot of people joining. I still see a lot of people signing in, so we're going to hang tight and just wait another minute or so for everybody to join. So some ground rules before we get started as we're waiting. If you have questions, please enter them in the Q&A box there on your screen. As they come in, I will be answering those. I'm going to try not to wait until the end of the session. I like to answer those as we're going along, especially if your question is pertinent to the information that we're covering. And so with that, before we get started, I do want to mention Jobaline. You see them right there on the screen. Jobaline, if you don't know them, fantastic company, fantastic people, even better engineering team. They are a brand new partner of recruitingwebinars.com as well as recruitingblogs.com. And so after the call today, we are going to be sending you a custom link specific to this webinar or a free trial of their service. Okay, what it is they're really taking job posting and resume search and how you interact and engage candidates to a whole new level. Right? It's pay per click for a resume, right? Or pay per resume. Sounds kind of awkward. You may not be used to it. You may be thinking, why would I pay for a resume all this money? You've got to look into it. It's actually going to save you a metric ton of money. I've seen the numbers on it. There's a lot of big companies that are using this right now over their current contracts with the big job boards. So I had to take a look at it, and so I got to meet with Mickey over there a couple of years ago, and they've really, really refined their product, so much so that we've asked them to become a partner of recruitingblogs.com and as well as recruitingwebinars.com. So the offer that we have on trial is not available anywhere else. They are a partner of us, and this trial is specifically for you. So we will send that link out. Be sure to join our beta test team as well, because that's going to enable you to take advantage of deals like this as we move forward and as we grow as a community. So with that being said, I think we are ready to go. And I do see a lot of questions coming in. Before we get started, let me just run through a couple of these basic questions, mostly around will there be a PowerPoint available? No, not for this session, because we are going to only do a live demo. So I don't have a PowerPoint. What I will do though, however, the way I have this session set up is we're going to go through a search engine that's already created and show you how to create that. So what I'll do is I will reverse engineer that, break that engine down, and post a PDF of the notes on the posting where we post this recording. And that should be more than enough information that you need. We do have quite a few people on the call today, and because of that, we've kind of figured that was going to happen. And with a lot of people on the call, we're going to have varying levels of experience with working with Google custom search engine. Because of that, what we've decided to do is break this down into a couple of sessions. Today, we're going to go through a lot of information. A lot of information that may be a review for some, but for I think the vast majority of the people on the call, this is going to open up an entirely new tool for you to use, because these are so easy to create. You can get super technical with these, and you can really blow people's mind and create a very significant tool with this. Or you can create a very basic tool that gets you very significant results. You don't always have to be super technical. Now, with that being said, there are a few people out there that have the technical knowledge to do some very creative things with these search engines. Irina Shemaeva is one of them. Michael Natoro is another one. There's a couple of others. They're slipping my mind now, so I apologize. But definitely check them out. They've got some great information on this stuff here that I think you all can enjoy a lot. But let's get started on what we're going to talk about today, and that is Google custom search engines. And so let me just back out of here and just pull up a basic, whoop, I don't know what that mess is, but let's just pull up the basic custom search engine information here. And so as we're getting started, let's take a look at, well, number one, how do we get into a Google custom search engine? If you just type in CSE, that's custom search engine, it should come up as your first result. Or you can go to google.com/CSE. This is the main page, okay? What is the purpose of a Google custom search engine? Before we get started and really dig into the details, let's run through what this search engine is and why and how you're going to use it. What is Google custom search engine? It is a custom search engine that you create to search very specific things. I say things because under the term things can be sites, can be keywords, can be niches, can be job families, can be targets, can be shoes, pizza, it could be clothes, it could be your favorite department store. It doesn't matter. This is not a recruiting tool. What this is a custom search engine that anybody can use to search anything on the internet and customize it to meet their own needs. Because we're recruiters, why not use it for recruiting? It's a very simple tool, and it's really that easy. So what we're doing is creating a custom search engine. Just like you see on a Google page, you put your search in the bar. We are going to create that to search a specific function of what we need, specifically leads or candidates or resumes, profiles, so that we can then fill our jobs. We don't need to make it any more difficult than that. Okay? So go to google.com/CSC. You can see it highlighted here at the top. When you get here, make sure you have a custom account. Manage your existing search engine or create a custom search engine. I'm going to manage some existing search engines. This is a demo account, or an old account. I should say demo account. It's an old account that I have from I guess about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago now, that I created a couple of search engines on. And I want to specifically use this account because I have a LinkedIn search engine that I've created that gets a lot of use on the recruiting bar. So I have it up on the recruitingbar.com, and it gets a lot of good use. Over the last year, a couple of things I want to point out here before we open this up and show you how it looks and how to build this thing. LinkedIn has changed. We all know that. It's changed its algorithms. It changed its search features. It's changed the way the search engines index the information on LinkedIn. They've changed your profiles. This search engine was built in 2011. I'm not sure exactly when. We'll see when I open it up. The reason I mention that is because this search engine was specifically built to pull up groups of profiles and individual profiles, but mostly groups of profiles. I prefer to pull up groups of profiles instead of just individual profiles at times. And so this search engine was built to do that. So let's take a look at this search engine. Number one, let's just open this thing up. This is what it looks like. Very basic, right? So you put your search here and you hit search. You're going to simply enter your keywords. The idea behind a Google custom search engine is for you to simply enter in your keywords, and those keywords are then added to the search that you've created on the back end so that you don't have to remember your search all of the time, specifically to search specific sites. This engine, again, is a LinkedIn search engine. So you can see here, searches sites including linkedin.com/in and linkedin.com/pub. Okay? With the keywords powered by or current asterisk at, and then there's another asterisk right there. I'm not sure if you can see it. Okay? So whatever keywords I put here will be added to site linkedin.com/in or site linkedin.com/pub and powered by or current asterisk at asterisk. And then it'll add my keywords in and run my search and provide me the results. You can see I use this a lot, so you can see some of my things here. Let's just choose this set of keywords here for no other reason than it's already there. When I hit search, it's going to add in these keywords to the specific parameters that we just looked at. Now, they're just Google ads, so you can those, and here are my results for regular search engine. Now, the way I've built this specific engine is to pull up groups of profiles. You can see that here. Nicholas Conde profiles. This is going to be a couple of different people with that name. A directory, right? You see DIR of Nicholas Conde and people with this job title. Now, if I put a location, if I put Philadelphia or Baltimore, New Jersey, or California, or Florida, it's going to change, and I'm going to get individual profiles. It's just the way I've got it set up. Now, this will work like any other time you go to Google and do a site search. So if you were to go to Google and do a site search, SITE, which is an X-ray search, so site:/LinkedIn.com or site:/sun.com or site:/Microsoft.com. It's only going to search that specific site. That's what we're doing here with the search engine. We are telling the search engine only to search these sites that I put in. You can put 500 sites in there if you like. It doesn't matter. Add these keywords to these parameters and search this set of sites. Now, you can get much more technical than that. But essentially, that's what this search engine, or the CSE, the custom search engine, is going to do. Let's take a look a little further. At the top of the page here, refine results. This is the power, at least to me, this is one of the strongest powers of a of a Google custom search engine. Is I can create refinements. Refinements are filters. So if you're in an Excel spreadsheet, you can filter out things based off of criteria. If you are on an Excel spreadsheet, you can set conditions and condition formatting. That's all we're doing here. If you're on LinkedIn, you run a search, or a job board and you run a search, you can then say you get a result set of 100. You can then use the filters to whittle that result set of 100 down to your top 10 based off of additional criteria. On a custom search engine, we do that by building what's called refinements, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay, so let's go back into, let me just get rid of all this junk here, go back into my search engine and LinkedIn. I'm going to go into the control panel. I'm going to show you what this looks like. When you go to create a search engine, this is what you're going to have to do. You have to name your search engine. I'm just going to call it LinkedIn Search. What's your description? I recommend putting a very detailed description. This is as detailed as I get. Search for passive candidates via LinkedIn. Now, I could say via LinkedIn using the structure, boom, and put that in. Okay? And what that's going to do is just remind me 2 years from now what exactly this is going to do. Okay? Search engine keywords powered by current asterisk at asterisk and quote. Okay, these are my keywords. You can also put in your keywords for your specific criteria, your jobs. If you're a Flex developer, Flex, Java, Hibernate, testing, QA, whatever you want to put in, engineering, stress design, aerospace, whatever you want, you can put your keywords there. I chose not to do that. I chose to specifically put in a couple of phrases, 2 phrases, that are going to indeed confirm that this is a LinkedIn profile. Because even though I'm searching LinkedIn.com, I could pull job descriptions. I could pull Q&A. I could pull postings or something. I'm not interested in that right now. This search engine, I'm specifically interested in profiles. Okay, so some of the questions coming in, and I'm going to stop here for 30 seconds and answer them. What is powered by? If you look at a LinkedIn result, it'll say powered by LinkedIn, right? So what I'm just saying is powered by, and I'm just going to assume that if it picks up powered by, it's going to be a LinkedIn profile. Not always the case, but 99.9 times out of 100, that's what's going to happen. Now, the other part of that question is, what does current and the asterisk mean? So it's a good question, and to make things easier, I'm going to pull up LinkedIn And let's pull up LinkedIn and let's just pull up Evelyn, her profile. Evelyn, thank you for allowing me to use your profile. And so if I look at Evelyn's profile, I come down here to current, and there's a space. The asterisk that is my variable comes in. Current asterisk recruiter 2 at, that's the word at that I have in that search, and I'll bring that back up in a second, at Connexa. Okay? So current asterisk at asterisk. Now what that means is asterisk is a variable, one or more words. In Google, it means one or more words. Okay? So current, one or more words, then the job title, one or more words, at one or more words, which is the company. Now if I wanted to fill in that sentence, I could say current software engineer at Merck. Because I don't know if they're a software engineer and I don't know if they're at Merck, I can use the asterisk and that's going to fill in the variable because I really can't search everything that candidates are saying. I'm not that smart, so I have to depend on my variables to pull out that information. The next bit of information you're going to get here is going to be your unique ID. This unique ID you can see here is also up here. That's just the unique ID for my search engine. Go ahead and fill in all the other information. You could put in your languages and some other things. Just generally keep everything default. The important stuff here, other than obviously what we're filling in here at the top, is your options on the left. Now, a lot of things you can do here. We're not going to go through those today because they're a little more technical, and really, as a sourcer, I'm interested in finding me some leads. I don't care how pretty this search engine is right now. I really don't care about embedding it onto another site, or I don't care about getting super technical. I really want to dig up information. Now, that's the beauty of a search engine like this, because all you need to do is say, you know what, I spend 40% of my time or 50% of my time searching stress engineers. I'm going to create a custom search engine specifically for stress engineers, and because I have 20 competitors, 20 target competitors for my client, I'm now going to create that search engine to specifically search people that are working at those 20 competitors with these specific set of keywords. And then you can create your refinements on location, number of years of experience, and I'm going to show you what that stuff looks like right now. So the only thing we're going to focus on today is building your basic search engine, which we have here on the right in the center. That's simple. There's nothing more to it. On the left, if I choose refinements, number 3, here we go. Refinements are, and if I come back to, let me just go back to Good real quick. I should have just copied over my engine. And where are we at here? Hang on 1 second. And so if I go back into, let me just close something out here. I'm getting hung up on the screen. Just bear with me 1 sec. Where are we at? There we go. Okay, looks like we're good. Let me just check one thing out right here. Good. So I apologize for that. And so let me go back in. Here we go. So if I go back into my search engine, let me just pull this up. There we go. And I run a search, and we'll just say flex my refinements. Okay. At the top, I have my refinements. Okay. You can see how I have them broken out here. Candidate interest, 5 to 10 years of experience, less than 5 years, less years of experience, etc. Now, I just typed in one basic keyword, and I've got my profiles here. I can select, we type in some more keywords here. And let's just say software engineer. And now looking for a software engineer that mentions flex. I've got a whole bunch of results here. and I can see my keywords are highlighted. Let's just say I want to see candidates that are interested in Flex or software engineering. Now I can see here interested in RIA, web, and obviously ... There's more to be seen there. Particularly interested in e-commerce, web-based and mobile-based. Why is this important? This is important because I can now target candidates that are specifically interested in things that I need, skill sets that I need. Okay? So let's take that just one step further. Let's just say I need candidates that have less than 5 years of experience. Okay? So here I can now say candidates have 4 years of experience with Flex, 3 years of building next generation, rich ... Probably interface or something like that, 3 years of experience here, 2 years of experience in legal outsourcing, probably not a good fit, but you get the point. 3 years of experience in public relations. Oh, here we go. So this person here has got the Flex experience at the bottom. 7 years of experience in IT solutions and so forth, 3 years and 4 years. So what I'm doing is I'm refining my search by number of years of experience so that I'm not going to have come in here and say 5 or let me just move this out of the way, 6 or 7, years of experience, etc., etc. I'm simply going to have to choose my refinement. Now, let me just put that search back in. I use software engineer. Okay, and we run that search one more time. Now my search back. Let's just say I want an award winner. This is a very good refinement. And let's take a look at that. So software engineer won the coveted JOLT Award, won Infosys Power Programmer Award. Here's some photos of the guy. Received software technical assistant recognition, won President Award. Now, there's a lot of awards out there people can win. Why is this filter so important? Well, this filter is very easy to create. I'm going to show you this in a second. But it's very important because, again, I cannot search everything that my candidates would write on their resume. But what I can do is use my refinements to say who mentions and shows on their profile that they won some type of an award. That's the value of a custom search engine. I can now create my custom refinements. Let's look at those refinements. So, unless we have a crash here, but that's fine. So we're good here. So here are my refinements. I'm going to go back to my search engines. So here are my search engines. Here's the LinkedIn search engine we're working on. I'm going to go back to my control panel. Here's all the stuff we just created. And I hit my refinement. Now, in my refinements, here are all the refinements we were just looking for. Okay? Let's delete this one here, and we're going to kind of run through that again. So here are my refinements. Candidate interest, 5 to 10 years of experience, less than 5 years of experience. Award winner. Let's look at award winner. I click edit. I can see my, my refinement and the keywords I have inside my refinement. Now, how this refinement works is very basic. You saw in the beginning how we created the sites where we wanted to search and the keywords that we wanted to search with it. Now what I'm doing in my refinements is simply creating a segment or a section of keywords specific to that refinement. So I want to see people that won awards. This specific refinement is saying, show me everybody's profile at those specific sites that mention one or more words, an award. Because I really don't know, I won the coveted award for XYZ or I won the coveted XYZ type of award. I just want to know that they won an award. Everything else in between, that's bonus for me. But I don't know what they're going to say, so I'm using the asterisk to pull out that information. That's my variable. So won asterisk award, received asterisk recognition, received recognition. Okay, these are one big or statement. Now what I'm saying is that when I choose that specific refinement, I'm saying take those keywords that I put in, Flex and software engineer, search the sites linkedin.com/in/pub, and add in this specific search here, this refinement. So show me anyone who has Flex and software engineering, or software engineer as a title, and anyone who mentions any one of these variations of winning an award. Now, if I go to, say, 5 to 10 years of experience, let's just look at that. Here's a creative way to do it. Again, one big or statement, 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10. Why am I doing it this way? Because I want anybody who says 5 to 10 years. There's a few other ways you can do it. This is just a simple way to do it. Then I've got years or years of experience, and then mine is 10 plus because I don't want to see anybody with 10 plus years, just 10, up to 10 years. Okay, so these are my refinements. How do we add a refinement? Let's look at that a little more closely. And I see we got a bunch of questions coming in, and we actually are coming up to our time. So let me go through these refinements. I'm going to answer some of those questions right now, taking a look at them, and some of them are actually going to fit into this, this area here. So some of the questions are around adding a refinement. How detailed, how technical do we have to get? What type of keywords? How well-versed in Boolean do I need to be? What else we have here? Do I need to understand Boolean queries? Let's just go right through it. Add a refinement. This is all you need to know. Add a refinement. We're going to call this, let's just call this CSC webinar test. I'm going to make it all capital. You don't have to do it that way. I'm just going to do it that way right now so that it's easy to see on the screen once we hit refresh and we take a look at it. Give priorities to selected sites or search only selected sites. I'm going to search the entire web, but I'm going to give priority to my selected sites. It's just what I choose to do. Words to add to the search query. Let's just say I want somebody who is in the greater Philadelphia area. Why? Because that's where I'm located. I'm going to tell you what. I'm just going to call this Philadelphia. Okay? And I'm going to hit save. Okay? Go to the site tab. So here's my search. Now let's go to my search engines and pull up the search engine. So here's my search engine. I'm going to pull up just a set of keywords I had in there. Hit search. Here are my results normal. Here are my refinements. At the very end is Philadelphia. This is the refinement we just added in. If you remember, what we're doing is searching the site LinkedIn.com, adding in those three keywords, Java and J2EE and hibernate, because that spaces are inferred end. And now I'm going to add in the refinement Philadelphia. So now, essentially, what that search is saying is this. Okay? It's saying, give me all of these terms on the site LinkedIn.com with greater Philadelphia area. Okay? Now, come down here, you'll see greater Philadelphia area, greater Philadelphia area, greater Philadelphia area. So these are software engineers or people that work with these technologies, greater Philadelphia area. Okay. Now I can get more specific in this refinement. I can get as specific as saying location, zip codes, areas, specific companies in a region. I could specifically look for maybe a zip code or somebody with a phone number. All you have to do is put them in the keyword section, and it's going to pull them up. Custom search engines are so easy to create. You can get very technical with them, and we're going to cover those in later webinars. But using the very basics will open up an entire new world for everybody, if you're not using them already, on how to find candidates that generally will go unfound, at least in your search, if you're not using these types of search engines. If anything, what it's going to do is take all of your searches that you use all of the time on a routine basis and prevent you from having to individually type in those searches. Okay? So let's run through, we're really close to the deadline. We might be a few minutes over. But let's just go, let me just take a peek at these questions. Give me a second here. Any questions I don't answer, by the way, we will have up on recruitingwebinars.com probably in a couple of hours once this recording goes through after the call today. If not, then we'll have it up in the next day or so. and we'll go from there. Again, no PowerPoints because we did all a live demo. I hope this was interesting for everybody. Questions around the filter, so let me go back to my search engine. Just take away all this. If you need to create your custom search engine, the easiest way is to just go to google.com/CSE, that's custom search engine, and just create a custom search engine right there. Okay? Do that, and it's the same thing. Add your name, your description. You're going to add your sites in here. Okay? And if you want to get some unique format for your URLs, you can definitely do that here. It's a little more advanced, so I didn't cover that today, but definitely take a look. Go standard. Don't worry about paying $100, to get your ads free. It's not a really big, at least to me, it's not. A couple of other questions are, let me go back to the control panel, around all these options on the left, make money, and advanced and business settings. That's simply if you have an AdSense account. Okay, it's not going to affect your searching. I wouldn't worry about it. You're not going to become a millionaire. You might make 5 or 10 cents if you have a couple thousand views. If you're making your search engine public, you might make a few bucks, but it's not worth it. Don't go into business with this. Just use it for yourself. My recommendation, again, let me read the question first. The question is regarding the refinements. Should I create a basic search engine and then add refinements for my job families or criteria? It really depends on how you look at it. You can do both. I have a few engines where I do both that way. I have some specifically just built out for engineering or technology or recruiting or recruiters. But then I also have some generic search engines where they're just going to search specific sites. Maybe they search Microsoft Sun Microsystems, they search Oracle and SAP. And then my refinements are my specific skill sets. So what that might look like is I search all of my 20 competitors, and then my refinements would say, give me everyone at this company with the term Java. And then the next refinement might be Java and J2EE. The next refinement might be Flex Hibernate and Java, but not C++. I mean, that doesn't make any sense, but you get the point, right? So I can create 20 different filters or refinements and just keep clicking the refinement from refinement to refinement to refinement and pull up my resumes that way, or my profiles depending on how you're searching. Okay. What else here? I think we covered most of these already, but that's it. We're up against the time. I don't want to hold everybody. I know we like to keep these at 30 minutes, so sorry for the glitch in the middle there, but I think we got through it okay. And so if you have any additional questions, any questions that were not answered today, which there are tons, so we'll go through them. We'll post those notes on the site, recruitingwebinars.com. Everybody on the call today, again, will get the link to Jobaline. Use that link. That's going to get you some free things. You also get the link to the recording, once that's up, as well as we'll break down the search engine that we've created. We'll break down the individual I'll send you a link to the search engine so you can use it and play with it. But then we'll also send you a breakdown of the notes on what's in each refinement or in each refinement and filter, so that when you're creating your own, you can have an idea and play with it as well. So be sure to use the comment section below to ask questions, and hopefully people can help you out. I know I certainly will as they come in. So again, thanks everyone for coming out. We enjoyed it. We definitely respect your time, and check back to recruitingwebinars.com for the upcoming webinar schedule in the next month. We have a couple of good webinar series coming up, and we hope you all can join. Take care, everybody.